Hi there, it is me again, stroke us. Well, that's going to get him, the monster, who has today decided he is not coming in because he's worked too hard this week and he totally knows I'm coming to get him to do some more. So we're off for a lesson today and we are in stage 2 of the grand plan. If you haven't seen the last vlog where I set out my very simple 4-stage plan for 2024, you will have missed that stage 1. We went back to basics and a lot of groundwork, didn't we? We did lunging, neither of us good at it, neither of us enjoy it. Long reining, we're getting quite good and we quite enjoy it. But the liberty and the play, as we call it, probably not proper liberty, but anyway, that's fun. And we still do a lot of that. Once a week we are in there having some fun. And it was a couple of months of what we just needed to take the pressure off, get our mojo back. So stage 2 is going back to school. In order to progress, we know we need some regular and consistent lessons from people who actually know what they're doing. Hey, stop chewing. With homework to give us so we can practice it and embed it and kind of really sort of drill it in at home. And then hopefully if we keep doing that consistently, we will improve incrementally and see the progress that we're after. Yeah, he says, if you say so, Mum, if you say so. I'm getting nuzzled from behind by the monster. There we go.
And this is us towards the end of January 24. So before this, we'd done a few sessions just on the flat, seeing how we went together. He was very, very feisty after having had so much time not being ridden, but he felt really nice and responsive, but not stupid. So we then did, I think, 1, maybe 2 just pole work sessions again, just to see how he went over them. He was quite excited, but he did listen and was paying attention. And then we did this tiny little grid again, just to see whether we were together and he was listening, and it was going really nicely with some little poles and then a jump. And then so we did that a few times, but then we put it up to a double and he lost the plot a little bit, got a bit overexcited, and I got a little bit anxious again about riding the feisty one, the monster, but he settled down. We did just repeated calm pops over both ways, just kept going over and back and over, just to almost be a bit boring, and he calmed down and was jumping really nicely. So I felt much better, more confident about going for an actual jumping lesson.
These cuddles. I know. And we are getting ready to go out for a lesson. Yeah, he's not that enthusiastic, I'll go for. I mean, there's a theme where he's not enthusiastic a lot of the time, being a lazy ex-racehorse. So I'm going to get this monster in, make him look slightly presentable for going out. Hey, and we'll see how we go.
And one of the reasons I wanted to focus on show jumping, to get back into how we might end up eventing in 2024, is because I was thinking, if we feel confident in show jumping, if we feel like we can get the foundations right, get the basics right, get more technical with how we do it, and have fun along the way, then that probably will feel a better and safer way to start jumping solids, which are a lot less forgiving. And I found this post on Facebook from Tamarick Hill, which I really liked, in the thinking about being really skilled at show jumping is a must for evento. So we are cracking on with the warm-up here. I'm really lucky to have a British show jumping coach, Andrew, who is dead local to us, 20-30 minutes away. I've been periodically since I've had Monty, but just never consistently. Always had great lessons, but just haven't really had a really good plan and stuck to it in terms of the jumping. So this is our first lesson of a plan of weekly, or at the very least fortnightly, lessons with homework that we would practice in the arena. And the aim was firstly and most importantly to build it up slowly, get our confidence, get our mojo back and enjoy it. And secondly, feel like we were able to tackle some courses, some competitions. So as I've been talking, the video's just been showing the warm-up jumps we were doing, which I'm sure every coach does the same, kept sneaking up every time I went around the corners. And I've started using a little action camera thing. Either on my hat or my chest. I think this is probably on the chest harness, just to help me see what it looks like as well. And you can just see the jumps gradually increasing. But it did feel like, looking back on it, that we had quite a nice rhythm. And as I say here,
That was alright actually. Yeah. So I felt like we kept the rhythm all the way around. It was consistent, which felt like he found it easy to get both the strides to the pole and then the jump. I didn't faff, and I often faff. Didn't faff. And I raised him away straight and then did a half halt to balance to bring him back round the corner, and he seemed to go better for that as well, instead of like wanging it like a motorbike. So yeah, and to be honest, I didn't notice the jump going up until I was there, and he didn't bother at all. 80? No. Okay.
we felt confident, and then came over to a little oxer, which felt like I was going to go into the corner, and I lost my confidence again. So obviously it was way too optimistic about where we actually were. And then we come round to it for a second time, and yeah, looking it on chest cam, I have no idea why I panicked.
Whoa!
We weren't anywhere near the corner, but this is the issue.
Oh, that was me bottling that then.
I lose my confidence and panic.
Oh, no, I think that's me bottling it, which is ridiculous.
We actually jumped it quite nicely a couple of times, and then we didn't.
That up again, didn't I?
And then we did. And then we did jump it, but we knocked it, and he had a little like, meh. But at least we got over it.
Good boy.
So whilst I am just catching my breath, we got given our homework, basically lots of poles in the arena to get him used to going on whatever stride, pick his feet up and just get over them. We now are jumping a little course, just to get him moving, get him listening to me. So we had to do a really tight turn back to this purple one, which I was a bit panicked about, but actually it was fine. It was just little. But it did mean that he couldn't anticipate where we were going. He just had to listen to what I was asking him to do, and it worked really well. So again, just another exercise that we that we got given in terms of jumping in the arena with different directions, so he can't anticipate them.
The left, aren't we? We're starting on the right. Yeah. We're starting on the right. Oh, okay. Well, no, I'm gonna make. But I don't know.
There's absolutely no reason you can't come into that off the left rein. As bloody clever is that? I'm going to swing around here on the left rein, pop that, land left, high five. Love it. Brilliant. Go on.
Okay.
So after having got the correct direction in the first place, we start again. And actually coming into this second jump, which I thought was going to be really tight for us, I still worry about him being big and unbalanced, but it was really quite a straightforward ride. And then the little sort of dog-leggy, for want of a better description, one to number 3, kept him focused, slight swerve over the purple jump. We didn't quite get that corner right. And then we get shouted at, as you'd heard in the other clip, to ride because we sometimes lose power in the corners. But all in all, that felt really nice when we jumped that course.
That was really good. I mean, it wasn't exactly neat, but we did it. I didn't think he would. Oh, what a good boy. And that exactly goes to show, if you make me think about stuff, I'm not worrying about the fence, I'm riding where I'm going. But why can't I do that in a competition?
And I know that Alicia must seem a little bit silly given how tiny the course was, but oh my goodness, after how we got in autumn previous year, a couple of months ago, just how we weren't enjoying it, having lost our mojo, to having had that blip where we couldn't get over the Oxter and thinking, oh God, we're never going to get this. And then finally jumping the course again, it felt so nice. So I think we had a 2 blip in the middle, and then we got to a 4 for definite. So we got into the arena and we practiced, and we did lots of poles, as Andrew had said, but we also were told to do this grid exercise to get him bouncier, adjusting his feet, working out where he needed to be, getting him to do a lot of more of the thinking, and he was brilliant.
Well, that was interesting. I don't know why I panicked so much, but anyway, there you go. So we had another, actually I do know why I panicked so much, because my confidence isn't as good as it used to be when I was younger and could bounce better. And he is, or he has been unpredictable, let's say, and he's been definitely challenging to work out how to ride properly. So I do think I still have a moment of, is he gonna like bounce me out the saddle or whatever? But I need to trust him, and I need to trust that actually I can now sit and ride him better than I used to be able to. So There we go. So brilliant though, getting back to a lesson. Brilliant having the expertise, as always, of someone who knows what they're doing. Are you all right, Perry? You all right? Babs? Oh, are you going? No? Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant to get back to lessons and coach you through the things that just aren't working, break it down for you. Yeah, it was fantastic. And then being able to come home and do the homework, so the polls, which as I said, we did and still do a lot of polls on the ground. And I generally actually have a lot of polls every flat session I have in the arena. I just do polls as part of it, and it is really helping both of us. And that grid, whoa, the golden grid, that is magic. And we can basically play with that in terms of the strides, the number of fences, the height, the width, etc. But I was so chuffed, considering I couldn't get us over a 60 centimetre ox at Andrews in the lesson. So pleased that we managed to jump by the end of using that grid just over a metre, I think it was. So yeah, dead chuffed. So there you go, that is stage 2 commenced. We are back at school, and for anybody else who's confident, kind of like is a bit of a roller coaster in terms of ups and downs, totally with you. And it's not always easy, but hey, we get back on and we keep trying. So I will stop there, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. And I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you so much for watching. And as usual, I guess, with this, like, comment and subscribe.